We're here at Norwalk Raceway Park for the 5th annual Mondello Oldsmobile Nationals. We started our Nationals actually 8 years ago. First 3 years we involved our race in conjunction with popular hot rodding Summer Nationals held here at Norwalk, and we had a little Oldsmobile division. Then when PHR quit coming here at Norwalk, we went ahead and started our own 100% Oldsmobile Nationals. Our Olds Nationals includes car show, swap meet, and also a packed full day of drag racing with the Midwest's finest Oldsmobiles. We usually draw around 300 cars here, sometimes as far up to 400 in both show and drag. And we have a wonderful pig roast here for everybody. The winner last year walked away with $2,900 in cash and contingency awards. And this year we have 30 major sponsors: Edelbrock, Charles & Albert, Moroso, Manley, Mondello, Engel, plus many, many more. The event is held every year, mid-July, at Norwalk Raceway Park. If you want to come out for a fun full day at the Oldsmobile Nationals, make it the Mondello Nationals next year. Check the ads and our newsletters for the date of next year's event. Thank you.
It's early in the morning here at Norwalk, and we're just about set to get underway with time trials, but we've got to get the electronics set up, and I'm going to turn the mic over to BJ from Norwalk Raceway, and he's going to give us some information on the operation of the Christmas tree and what has to be done before we could start drag racing. So, BJ, take it on.
Well, thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Norwalk Raceway Park for the 5th annual running of the Mondello Oldsmobile Nationals here at Norwalk Raceway. As you can tell, it's sunny, blue sky. I think we're in for just a beautiful afternoon, one of the best I've seen yet in Northern Ohio, at least for 1994. The classes that will be showcased here this afternoon are Super Pro, cars that run 0 to $11.99, Pro, 12 to $13.99, Super Stock, 14 seconds and up, and Stock. It's a class for street legal cars, meaning no open headers and no slicks. And then, of course, one of my favorites, King of the Hill, an opportunity for the show cars to get a feel for what quarter-mile drag racing is all about. Norwalk Raceway Park hosts approximately 80 events during the course of the year, and when you host that many events, it means your timing system has to be accurate. We use the CompuLink timing system, the CompuLink Christmas tree here to my right. This system, at a cost of approximately $60,000, is the same system that all of the NHRA and IHRA national event tracks run. It utilizes state-of-the-art technology, infrared beams at both the starting line and the finish line, as well as intermediates. And this is very helpful information to the driver in terms of being able to find out, is the car performing properly at all of the various stages down the racetrack. Perhaps he's having problems at the starting line, but it's fine at the finish line. Those intermediates are invaluable to the driver. Norwalk Raceway Park, my family purchased Norwalk Raceway. It was closed. We reopened it in the early 1970s and have since that time had incredible success. We focus very much on the family, and mom and dad and the kids can come out and have a wholesome afternoon of IHRA Championship drag racing. That's really what we're all about, and I really think we're going to have just a fabulous event here this afternoon. Joe Mondello and the Mondello Oldsmobile Performance Team have done a fantastic job in planning and promoting this event, and I think we have a real winner here. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit down, strap in, and hold on tight. Prepare for the 5th annual running of the Mondello Oldsmobile Nationals here at beautiful sunny Norwalk. lot of years here at Norwalk Raceway Park, the Hammer entry. Another piece. Los Angeles County has OJ too. Fellow Racing. Right now. So, folks, one of the...
this is Bill Boreski back with you at the Mondello Oldsmobile Nationals, and we're out in the pits here, and we're looking at this gentleman's car right behind me, Joe Mondello's VO Twister, and he's doing a little in-between round thrashing here and getting it ready to go. We're going to be turning the mic over to Joe here in a minute, get a little bit of information as to what's under the hood on this Oldsmobile, and talk to the doctor himself. Joe, nice to see you out here again.
Bill, how are you? Nice to see you today.
Been great so far.
Oh, it's been a wonderful event. I mean, lots of Oldsmobiles. Everybody's very enthusiastic about it, and we're all having a great time.
This is much bigger than last year's. This is the 5th annual, and I'm sure next year's is going to be bigger and better.
I think next year we'll draw probably over 400 Oldsmobiles. This year we're pushing 250 to 300. We're very excited about it.
Joe, could you tell us a little bit about what's under the hood here?
Well, the VO Twister has an all-iron engine. All the cylinder heads, block, and everything are from Lansing, Michigan. We have 482 cubic inches, 4¼ inch stroke, 4¼ inch bore. We have a 7-inch aluminum rod, 12.5 to 1 compression, and a Engel Mondello roller cam that is 278 degrees on the intake, 288 at 50 on the exhaust with over 700 left. We have a 1050 Dominator carburetor on top, a Offenhauser supersonic manifold. Heads, of course, are fully ported by our company, and we have roller rocker arms, lower end support stud girdle for the mains, and one of our 8-quart competition oil systems. The cars run best of 1007, 131 with 1 4-barrel, weighing 3,460 pounds, plus me, and I'm 200 pounds.
Okay, let's get a look at that carburetor and manifold, Darrell. Can we zoom in on there? Getting back with the carburetor and the intake manifold, I think what we need to let everyone know out there is this is not nitrous powered. Am I correct?
That is correct, Bill. This is made strictly with raw horsepower. The engine produces 700 horsepower, 639 pounds of torque at 6,400 RPM is the maximum power and torque range. We start picking up a good power curve and torque curve at about 55, 57. We shift the car at 6,600 from first to second, second to third. We have over 65 hours just in the cylinder heads, Bill, on this set of iron C heads that are on this engine.
Okay.
We run a 2.100 intake valve and a 1.710 exhaust valve. These are both Mondello Posiflow type valves. We have about another 75 hours of piddling around with the intake manifold as far as flowing, filling, grinding, epoxying. My son and I, Bernard Mondello, built the intake manifold. It flows enough air for 500 cubic inches. We're building a new manifold right now, and we're going to be welding it up instead of using epoxy, because we are having some problems with the epoxy cracking under stress and vibration of the car. The carburetor that's on this engine right now was done by Fuel Curve Engineering in North Carolina. He's done most of my carburetors that I've run and set records with ever since 1968. So the guy does a great job, and he's a wonderful carburetor guy. Flows plenty of air. We have absolutely no bogging of the starting line. It never stumbles. It has an extremely good fuel curve through the quarter mile. It's a great carburetor.
Okay, looking at some of the other sponsors on the car here, I know for years you've been friends with B&M, and I'm sure you're using the B&M transmission.
I've been friends with B&M and did a lot of R&D work for them back in the middle and late 60s on torque converters for Oldsmobiles to find a good combination. I still run their stuff. They've got a great converter, wonderful transmission. We have their trans brake, trans switch, line lock switch. We run everything from B&M totally from A to Z. We run their D-pan, we run their trans coolers, and we also run their trans oil.
Okay, that's the transmission department. Engel is the camshaft.
Engel has been the camshaft and always has been. I've been with Engel. Matter of fact, I bought my first cam from Jack Engel when I was 16 years old. That was in 1959.
Okay. What do we got for rubber on there?
Excuse me, let's rephrase that. It wasn't 59. I was 16 years old in 1953.
53.
Right.
Okay. All right. Firestone rubber on the back?
I run Firestone D9s on the back, 1432s, and I run Weld wheels all the way around. They've been another one of my sponsors for years. We run Firestone front runners on the front. We've had great luck with those. The brakes on the car are sort of a mixed match. I've got Strange on the front, Wildwoods on the back. There's four-wheel disc brakes all the way around.
Okay. All right, who we forgetting here? We got Pennzoil, that's keeping that motor lubricated. And then
we can't forget the one guy, best of all, that's been with me from day one, and that's Simpson Safety Equipment. Okay. I ran Simpson Safety Equipment on my blown fuel altered, and I run everything in this car of Simpson from A to Z. I mean, we have the belts, the harness, you know, everything that Simpson makes, shoes, driving jackets, everything.
Okay. Just don't want to forget anybody here because everybody's been very helpful.
And of course,
well, we got Hooker headers.
We have Hooker, who's been wonderful over the years with experimental headers, and they've made a lot of the prototype headers for Oldsmobiles that nobody else would entangle and make for all of the engine swaps and things that we're doing. C&A, whose rings and bearings I run exclusively. They do a great job on their gapless rings. I run Autometer and always have. I ran Autometer all the way back to even my boat racing. And we did a lot of testing on their tachometers, especially the pounding of enduro boats. We came up with some really good tachometers that really go through the vibrations of today's race cars, you know, which started back in the late 60s.
They're good people.
They're wonderful.
I just had them replace a tack for me that burned out, and they got it back to me in one day, and that's real good.
And another thing, too, is that we can't forget MSD. MSD Electronics has been very good to me. They've come up with a lot of nice things for Oldsmobiles. They even have their new Pro Billet distributor out now, part number 8566, which is doing a great job, full ball bearing, shaft mount. I mean, it's a wonderful distributor. Works good.
Okay, looking back here, I think if anyone out there wants to get more information on your car, they could pick up the May 94 issue here of the Buick Olds Pontiac magazine, and I'm sure the back orders are available, or back issues, I should say, and that would go into even more detail as to what's on the car here.
That is correct.
Okay. Thanks very much,
Joe. There are
Joe.
a couple things we did forget. We did forget the chassis man, who is Pro Chassis, and we also forgot, what's this guy's name? Alston, who supplied the back half of the car and the roll cage. But Mike at Pro Chassis in California put the whole car together and makes the car work very well and hook up going down the drag strip.
Okay.
I think that
Joe,
wraps it up,
we
Billy.
thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy.
And we'll be looking forward to next year's meet.
Thank you.
Well, we finished up with Joe's car, and just a couple doors down in the pits here is Judy Boruski's 1970 Oldsmobile 442 Escape Machine. The car is a legal NHRA stock eliminator car, runs the NHRA drag circuit, is classified by advertised horsepower to shipping weight. The car weighs approximately 3,790 pounds with the driver in the car. Runs on an NHRA index of 1185. Car has run as fast as 1130. Average ET on the car in the 1150 range. Car is basically factory stock, full interior. Has a 455 cubic inch W30 motor. It's got the high performance aluminum intake manifold, W30 camshaft, K replacement cylinder heads, which are the legal NHRA replacement head for the car. Car sports a quadrajet carburetor. Blueprinted, of course. Blueprinted short block. Blueprinted NHRA legal 3-angle competition cylinder heads. Hooker headers. Handled exhaust. Firestone drag tires on the rear. Moroso on the front. MSD electronics. Coil. Retard box. Distributor. Okay, that's Judy's car. We're going next door over to Mike Burns' car, a 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass, and we're going to take a look at that one. Okay, we're next door over at Mike's car, and it says, "Are you fast?" Mike, are you fast?
We're hoping so. We just put a fresh motor in there. We worked to the last minute Friday night to get it started, and this will be the first pass on it today.
Okay, Mike, who built the motor for you?
FT Motorworks did.
Okay, and carburation?
There's a 1050 Dominator on there. There's Batten aluminum heads on there. It has Crowler rods. It's 482 cubic inches.
All right, and this is pure Oldsmobile, so we're not playing with a bottle on here, are we?
There is no nitrous.
Okay.
And we'll get there first at an 11:39, 116 miles an hour. Well, folks, as an added treat, if you are an Oldsmobile enthusiast, all you need to say is Dr. Oldsmobile, and here for Joe Mondello.
Okay, we're a little farther down in the pits here, and we're at Bill Travato's car from Rochester, New York, 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass Pro Street car, and we're going to have Bill tell you a little bit about it.
Well, I've had this car about 10 years now, ever since high school. Started out a 352 barrel, just a regular Cutlass, and this is what you got now. We just painted the car this year red. Everybody knows it as the white car, so maybe it'll look familiar if you imagine it white. John Snyder and myself painted it in my garage this winter. The motor is a 455, 30 over, 14.5 to 1 compression pistons, flat tappet camshaft. I ported the C-heads, 2-inch hooker headers, all the tricks like everybody else runs. I did the transmission and rear end myself also. ATI converter, 373 gears. The car is set up for the street, so it's a little under geared and under converted, but it works well. The car goes low 11s, off the juice, low 10s with the juice.
Pants on, buddy. Dave, where are you from? Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Wow. Okay. What do you want, the jacket or the ride? You want to take the ride? Okay. You know why you come up here, young lady? Bingo, look at that guy in the Budweiser lane. What a launch. This guy's crazy. 1095. Look at the lady in the purple.
Back out here in the pits, and I just ran into Dick Miller and happen to have a copy of his newsletter in my hand, and see that the car behind me is the Project HOA, and he's going to be giving us a little bit of details on that project as to what was done and how it's worked out. And at this point, I'm going to turn the mic over to Dick and let him give us some information on the car.
Well, this was basically a street engine, streetable stock car, ran high 13s, like 1370s. We've set up a project goal to make this car run about 2 seconds quicker. Last night we've got the car down to as quick as 12:31. Before the weekend's over, we hope to be in the 11s, high to mid 11s. I think we've got the potential, but right now we've got a lot of work to do on the fuels delivery system, suspension based on the additional horsepower we've created. The car is not working suspension-wise right, and we've had a loss of fuel on the top end because of the volume of fuel that the car is using. So that's our main goal this weekend, is to get the car in the 11s. We're getting ready to make a pass. We hope we're going to do it on our next run.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dick. And I understand the car belongs to Tom Sheehan, and he's here from Canada. Tom, why don't you come over and let's get him into the video here, and appreciate you coming out to the 5th Annual Mondello and Oldsmobile Nationals.
Yeah,
and I wonder if you could give us any other information on the car as far as, is there anything special about this car?
Well, it's special to myself and my brother Harvey. We thought of the idea of getting one. My father always had them, and back in '69 he ordered a 442, and I was just turning 8 years old, and he ordered a bench seat so I could sit in the middle and help him drive and watch the tack and do some shifting. So kind of hung around with the family, and now we've got a Hurst Olds and we're starting over. Dick's been a tremendous amount of help. I always like to go faster and faster, and we'll see in street form we can't get into the 11s and make a lot of fun out of it. Just enjoy it. The Oldsmobiles are a great car.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tom.
Thank you.
Hi, Karen. How you doing?
Okay, I just ran into Mike Glaisby from PC Auto out in the pits here. He's got a 1964 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442, and it's a pro street type car, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Bill, it's kind of designed to run the National Muscle Car Association Super Street class. So it's a 9-inch tire car. It's a single carburetor, 460 cubic inch motor. You know, you're kind of limited at 7.5 pounds per cube with one nitrous plate on it. Car will run 980s, 136 miles an hour, which keeps it competitive.
Okay, Mike, did you do the machine work or?
No, Chuck Samuel over at Fast Times Motor Works in Morton Grove does all my machine work on the motors. And Mondello did the cylinder heads on it several years ago.
Okay. Is there anything special about the car you could tell us about?
No, I think it's just a good basic sound combination of parts. You know, it's got a roller camshaft in it that I also got from Mondello. It's probably 12.5 to 1 compression. You know, it's not really a good street driver anymore. It's got a little too much compression. It weighs about 3,480 pounds.
Okay, what's the best pass on the car so far?
981, 136.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot, Mike.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Okay, we just ran into Chris Heminger here out in the pits, and he is a past winner. Actually, the last 2 years he won, 1991 and 1992, he won the Super Pro category. So this is a guy that knows about the Oldsmobile Mondello Nationals for sure, and definitely a Super Pro racer. He has a 1971 Cutlass here, and I'm going to put Chris on the mic here, and he's going to give us a little bit of the know-how and what makes this thing run, and how do you win 2 years in a row the Super Pro category. So Chris, take it on.
Well, the car itself was basically a $250 piece of junk, basically sitting on the side of the road, and I did all the body work myself. Built the motor with the help of some of my friends from Oldsmobile, Dick Fortman and Rock Running, Al Provost, etc. And it's basically a 30 over 455 with a flat tappet camshaft in it, and turbo 400 456 rear end gears with a 31-inch tall tire. Runs my best at 1145 with a 5 at 115 mile an hour. And I'm quite proud of the car because I don't really have anything invested in it. The bunch of used parts and a bunch of help from people with a lot of know-how about Oldsmobiles, and the combination's right, and it runs halfway decent.
Okay, Chris, and I think from talking to you here a year or so ago, is this a low compression motor?
Yes.
It is a 8.5 motor. So that's quite a number of performance, quite a bit of performance there out of the 8.5 motor. All right, we thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Over with Dick Miller by his super gas car, and it looks like we've got a new driver in there, and I don't recognize who it is, so I guess I got to have Dick tell me who's going to be driving his car. Dick, who's going to be in there?
Well, this is Joe Mondello, the legend. Provided us with a lot of the parts to build this car. Mary just took his VO twisters out and just about ran his doors off, so now he's got to get in here and go just a little faster than Mary.
All right, how fast are we looking for?
The air today is 970, 960.
All right, Joe, 970, 960. We going to do it?
We hope so.
All right, we're going to meet you up at the starting line.
You're attached at the lips. Why is that?
Hey, Joe, for a warm-up run, how was it?
I think it was a good run. You know, I'm not used to the shifter. He's got a new air shifter in there with a detent button, and I got a little bit mixed up on the 1-2 shift. But I think it'll be okay the next pass. I think it'll run down in the 9s with us.
Yeah, I heard it. It sounded like you might have over-revved it just a little bit.
Yeah, I got up on the chip a little bit.
Okay, we didn't hurt anything, right?
We didn't hurt a thing, no.
Okay.
It was a good ride.
All right, we're going to be looking for you tomorrow now for another run.
That is correct. Tomorrow we'll make another pass.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we're back over in another section of the pits, and of course, when we have drag racing and we have car shows, we also have parts for sale. And the gentleman next to me is Pat Bailey, and he's got quite an assortment of used parts for sale here. We're going to put him on the mic for a minute and let him give us a little bit of information about what year cars he specializes in and what's available out here, and actually where he's from, what part of the country he's from. So, Pat, take it on here and just give us a little description of what you've got out here in parts and where we could get in touch with you if we wanted to purchase some of them.
Well, I'm from Huntington, West Virginia, and well, I just got a little bit of everything, mostly 68 to 72, but a little bit before. And
okay, these are mostly used parts that you have, or do you have some NOS parts?
Mine is basically almost all used.
Okay.
I just buy cars, part them out, or I buy out inventories, or whatever comes available. That's pretty much all I do. It's getting harder to find all the time.
Okay, is this the first year you're out at Mondello Nationals?
It's my first year here.
Okay.
I get around quite a bit to the other shows, but it's my first year here. I've been looking forward to this one.
This is the 5th annual. There's many more to come, and each one gets a little better. We've been out, I think, for the past 4. We missed the first one, but we've been here for the last 4. And we hope to attend all the future ones. So
I was really amazed at the amount of Oldsmobiles that are out here racing. That's really stuff.
Well, there's going to be a lot more. They're coming in the gate here, and by the time the day's over, we'll probably see 400 different models out there.
Well, it's been great.
Okay, we thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, just going through the pits again, I ran into Scott Dargis from Oak Forest, Illinois, and he's got a 1977 Oldsmobile Cutlass out here. And we're going to have him tell us a little bit about the car, what's under the hood, how fast it goes, and what we're doing here right at the moment here. Looks like we're doing a little in-between round maintenance. So, Scott, take it on.
We just changed some valve springs. It's 455 with a roller cam, 77, like you said. Runs 1080s. That's about it. Heavy car, about 4,000 pounds. It's been narrowed, Ford 9-inch, but everything's still steel besides the bumper and the hood.
Oh, okay. Who did machine work on the car? Or the motor, I should say.
Some of the motor work was done a couple places, the ET shop from Addison, but most of my work now is done at Motorsports out of...
You've been summoned to the timing tower. Your mother's on.
I'm not sure where they're at.
Chicago area?
Chicago area.
You do most of your own mechanical work and wrenching, or?
Yeah, all of that and all the bracketry and any other machine work, like normal machine work. I work for a couple companies that do do electrical engineering for CNC equipment. So I work on CNC equipment, so I have access to automated lathes and milling machines, so I can get custom brackets like those stud girdles I made, had made for me myself, and other various brackets.
Okay, and the car runs about 1080, you said?
Yeah, 1080s.
Okay. It'll be a super pro car then.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get some weight out of the thing and get it down in the low tens.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I just ran into Earl Emery, and he's the owner of this 1965 Cutlass, and he is a super pro racer. Actually, he is the owner of the car, and his driver, Jim Clay, we're going to get into the film here in a minute. They've been either winner or runner-up, they tell me, since the start of the Mondello Oldsmobile Nationals, and of course the Nationals have been going on for 4 previous years, so these guys have got quite a record here, and I'm wondering what it takes to do that, and I'm just wondering if they think they could repeat this year. So Earl, why don't you tell us a little bit about the car? I know you're the owner, and Jim drives it for you.
And does the work.
And well, you're the money, and he's the brains.
That's correct.
All right. Why don't you tell us a little about the car, when you got it, who built the motor, just some general information to kind of tell us, what do you got in here? How do you win 4 years or runner-up 4 years in a row? How do you do it?
Well, you own a car since 1967. So I bought this car in the fall of 1967 and raced it 3, 4, or 5 years. Then it sat, and then Jim talked me into bringing it out again, and we've been racing together since 1989. Jim has a shop, and we keep the car out there and do all the work out there. It basically is a 455 big block. We back-halved it last year, and we run a trans brake and basically a stock motor.
Okay, let's get Jimmy in the picture here, and here's the driver. Here's our winner or runner-up the last 3 or 4 years. Step in here. Come on, get in on camera here. How do you do it? What does it take?
Lots of luck.
Lots of luck, yeah. Drag racing is more luck than skill.
More luck than skill. A lot of luck, a little persistence, and a lot of hard work.
All right. Are we using some of Joe's parts on the car?
Got a lot of Joe's parts on the car.
All right.
Yeah.
Specifically?
Joe's Aries pistons, of course, angle camshaft from Joe.
Okay.
Joe's inertia flywheel this year. A lot of his advice on engine setup and clearance and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, that makes them run more than anything, more than the parts.
Keeps them alive is probably the biggest trick to this business. You can't race when you're broke.
Okay, good luck tomorrow. Okay, we're back out in the pits, and I've just run into Bob Kelso here from McHenry, Illinois. And Bob owns the heavy hauler car. Bob's been out here 3 out of the last 4 years. I didn't see him last year, and that's why I kind of came up to him to find out what happened, and he just had to miss the event last year. But Bob's a regular on the Mondello Oldsmobile National circuit here, and I'm going to put him on the mic and have him tell us a little bit about the power plant, the weight of the car, how fast the car goes, and any other details that might be of real interest to us here. So here's Bob.
All right, thank you. Yeah, last year was a little tough. I didn't have any partners could make the swing. I had to cancel due to just, too much for one person to handle. My young son was a little too young to come and help. But anyway, we're glad to be here this year, and Joe's here with his car, so we're having a good time. It's an 82 Cutlass station wagon. It's got a full 10-point cage, narrowed rear end, Chevy 12-volt style. The good stuff, full manual, turbo 400. It's got one of the Mondello JM30 cams, and it's a 450 530 over. It's a nice little package, idle-brat cam, manifold and stuff. Weighs about 3,450 without me in it, so that's 3,650 pounds to push around. So it has run down to 1080s with our good motor, which obviously sitting in the garage is only running 12 volts today. We got our mule motor in, as I call it. It's a 10.5 to 1 type street motor, but we want to come down here. We missed it last year because of different things, so we want to miss it this year because we want to have a good time. car basically was built for an early superstock class, and the guy ran out of money, and we managed to get a hold of it. It's been a real nice piece, dependable, easy to drive. It's been a good time with it. Brings a lot of looks, because how many station wagons do you see with a roof rack going down the track, you know? So it's been pretty good to us. You know, we're pretty happy to have it, and Joe gets a kick out of seeing it, so we like being down here.
Okay, Bob. Thanks very much. Good luck. Hope to see you in the winter circle.
All right, thank you.
Wojo in at an 885. Green is going to lead first. The Wayne Wojo, 8 mile an hour. Green is going to have to dial it to you. The most difficult round, that being the first. From Delta, the Peru Emery owned entry of Emery and Clay up against John drivers, as long as you win, you go as long as you win, you win. Also, Gary State, if you are here, we need you to come to the tower from Berlin, Pennsylvania. Gary, if you are here, can you come to the tower? Go to Jim Clay. What is that? Okay. Bobby New from Dublin. Andy Miller, the little eyes away. Round number 1 of the largest Oldsmobile meet in the country. Here's Norwalk Raceway for the 5th annual Mondello. Here's your winner, Andy Miller. Stock, give it calls to lane number 7 and lane number 8. Stock, to lane number 7 and lane 8. Gary. Will Travato from Rochester, New York, up against Jimmy Boreski. DePlain, Illinois, Boreski, young lady. All right, now ladies in the grandstands, it's time to cheer for one of your own. And Judy Boreski. Budweiser. Okay, ladies, let's hear the throttle hung open. What did you think? What was supposed to be here? I see it was of a very graphic nature. Did he eat his food? Perhaps most importantly, definitely that everybody needs. But because most people are such diehards, they will be bad. Barry? Well, thank you, Gary. We'll see you next year, right? Okay. You want Philadelphia is about 10 hours from here, but Roswell, Florida is about 20 hours. Oldsmobile Fastback. In fact, how many want to see the old Fastback win? Whoops, forget that. Cancel that. You got see on the dial. Summit Sidruns on his dial. The man from Philadelphia. So right on the jumping. Now we go to next round action in pro. Ernie Kinder from Fargo, Wyoming, and Dan Henderson here in the Budweiser lane.
Hi, this is Bill Boreski, and I'm back over in the pits again. I've been doing a little bit of wrenching this morning on the escape machine and changed shirts here and came over to the car show section of the Mondello Oldsmobile National Meet. And standing next to me is Jim Hosey, and he is the director of the car show event and the head judge, and we're going to be turning the mic over to him shortly, and he's going to be telling us a little bit about the turnout of the car show here, the judging, the point system that's being used, and a little bit of other general information that would be helpful. So Jim, why don't you take the mic on here and tell us what's going on in the car show section here.
Okay, Bill. This event seems to be growing a little more each year. We've probably got a few more cars this year than we did last. Basically, as far as the judging system goes, we just use a participant-type judging, except for best of show. Myself and one other person usually picks out best of show. And that changes every year. I picked anything from a new 442 to a mid-years 442 to a 37 Olds a couple years ago. And that's basically how we do it here. It seems to work well. And that's about all I can tell you on that.
Okay, have we got a favorite out there today?
Yeah, I've got one, but I can't quite mention it yet.
You're not gonna tell me who it is.
Joe and I'll announce that at the end of the day.
All right.
Okay.
All right, thanks very much.
Thank you.
We'll be catching you a little later.
Okay, thank you.
pearl ground.
Here's another daughter. This is Michelle. This is my youngest. These are my daughters. All right. The next winning number for a ride with Joe Mondello is 857. Oh, you're going to kick yourself. 9409. He missed it by 2. 2 for a week. Held up here momentarily. momentarily to check the racetrack. There was a recorded Cutlass up against Edgar.
Okay, this is Bill Vareski, and I'm with one of the winners of the raffle to take a ride in the VO Twister. What's your name?
Jim Turmanson.
Okay, good luck. Hang on. We'll talk to you after the run. Will it be King Louis? Yes!
are going to be dragsters. The other two are going to be door slammers. Will it be an open body dragster or a fully dressed door slammer that will win this year's Styles for kill. Good light for Wojo in the Budweiser lane. Will it be the Pontiac? Yes, it is. 9:47. Gary Wojciechowski wins it. Play the loss. Now Jeff Luce from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, up against Chris Heminger. Breakout. It'll be Heminger, your winner. Super Pro, this round you have money coming. We pay quarterfinals in each class except King of the Hill. So, all right, congratulations.
I'm back over in the pits here with Dick Miller. And Dick's going to be talking with us in a few moments about all the Mondello products that he sells. Dick is the Mondello Eastern distributor. And also, Dick puts out a newsletter, and we're going to get some information on that newsletter, how you get on his mailing list. Dick's got quite an assortment of parts that he brought out here to the show, and I'm going to put him on the mic here and have him give us a little bit of information of what's for sale and what it will do for performance. Take it on, Dick.
Thank you. I'm not sure at this point in time how much we're going home with. We came in with $45,000 worth of parts today. If I lose my voice during this conversation, it's because we've been answering tech questions all day. I've been talking to hundreds of people, trying to shout over top the race cars. Enjoyed every minute of it. Not only were the Eastern distributor of the Mondello Performance products for Joe Mondello, trying to cover everything basically east of the Mississippi, we also have a quarterly newsletter that we put out each quarter, free. If you want to get on our mailing list, call me, 517-782-2012. That's out of Jackson, Michigan. Parts, we carry everything from the water pump all the way back through the end of the transmission. We got transmissions at any stage, torque converters, cranks, pistons, valves, springs, thrust buttons, everything that you need to make your Oldsmobile run, stay together, and live.
Okay, Dick, I think you've about covered everything.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
A lot.
Driving. Now the father drives the door slammer. The kid is sitting back by the signboard in the blue dragster. This class a year ago